एसेप रॉकी ने फाइनली अपनी लॉन्ग अवेटेड एल्बम डोंट बी डम ड्रॉप कर दिया है एंड दिस आर माई फर्स्ट थॉट्स ऑन द एल्बम आफ्टर अ फ्यू लिसन्स. देखो, when it comes to artistry, I feel like Don't Be Dumb is a good album. It's neither groundbreaking nor it's a bad album. And my favorite part about the album is definitely the production. So many different genres like R&B, trap music, jazz, use of orchestral music, and even a very underground-esque digicore sound in the track Air Force Black DeMarco can be seen. And these are just some of the few genres that Rocky included in the album. But the crazy thing is, it feels like Rocky is not even experimenting in the album at all. और इसके पीछे का रीजन मैं तुमको बताता हूँ. जब तुमको लाइक किसी को सुनते हो ना, बोलते हो कि डैम आई फील दैट दिस एल्बम इज अ वेरी एक्सपेरिमेंटल एल्बम, मोर ऑफन देन नॉट they feel it's not really a good album, like they didn't really like that album. But when it comes to Don't Be Dumb, Rocky experimented by including a lot of other genres, lot of other music genres in a rap album, and he did it in such a way which is very digestible for the mainstream rap fans. So it doesn't really feel ki he's experimenting, while on the other hand the truth is he experimented a lot when it comes to mainstream rap music standards. Shut the Fuck Up is definitely one of those tracks where not only the production but also the feature by Slay Squad is very unorthodox, and I really like that track is really growing on me. And when it comes to production, Stole Your Flow is definitely one of my favorite tracks in the whole album, and I think it would also be the most talked about track in the album cause it is a whole Drake diss track. And I feel ki as a overall song it is good, but as a diss track it's alright. Drake doesn't need to really reply to that. At max, I can see Drake taking some subliminal shots at A$AP Rocky in Iceman, and the disses don't really end here. A$AP Rocky even takes subliminal shots at Drake in a song like No Trespassing. And जब बात करें रॉकी के फ्लो एंड डिलीवरी के बारे में इन डोंट बी डम, आई फील कि इट वाज गुड, There were hardly one or two moments in the whole track where I was bored by his rapping performance, but the thing which I was most impressed by was the mixing of his vocals. It sounded so crisp with the production. If I talk about disc 1, specifically the intro, Order of Protection, it is a track where Rocky is just talking his shit. And I felt it was a good intro, to be honest. But what really caught my attention was the outro, the end. This track has a very uncomfortable / spooky vibe to it. Especially how Jessica Pratt sings the chorus. This is the way the world ends, this is the way the world ends. And even how she ends like the song, It really feels like it is the end credit scene of a horror movie. And I feel like she is definitely the best feature in the whole album. And features se yaad aaya, I felt most of the features were decent, to be honest, although there are some problems. Why did West Side Gun only had ad-libs? I at least expected a small verse from him. And for me, Doichi was definitely the worst feature in Don't Be Dumb. And that track is specifically like one of my worst track I heard in a long period of time. And मुझे लगता है कि Playboy Carti was meant to be on Don't Be Dumb, स्पेशली दैट हेलीकॉप्टर ट्रैक. ऑल्दो लास्ट तक तो हमें उसका फीचर देखने को नहीं मिला ऑन हेलीकॉप्टर, बट आई एटलीस्ट एक्सपेक्टेड कि एक और ट्रैक में तो हमें देखने को मिल ही सकता था. बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे कोई भी फीचर हमको नहीं मिला फ्रॉम कार्टी. एंड नाउ देर आर ऑल काइंड ऑफ रूमर्स कि एटलीस्ट हेलीकॉप्टर में हमको क्यों नहीं देखने को मिला उसका फीचर. एंड आई एम रियली taking them rumors at face value, but the most important thing is sad that we didn't really get to see the Playboy Carti A$AP Rocky song in Don't Be Dumb. अब सवाल उठता है, was Don't Be Dumb worth the 8 years wait since testing? I would say definitely. A$AP Rocky did the album justice. On a mainstream rap music level, this album was very experimental. Although the sound was good, the production is elite. The vocal performance, like the rapping performance, his vocal delivery was all good too. And this album was on a different route than the path the cloud rap Rocky we all know was in. Don't Be Dumb for me is a very compact project, not that many number of songs. I feel the number we have is a very ideal number, that is the 17, and one of them is a skit. So I felt the length of the album was very good, and I also like the way in which Rocky arranged the tracks. That was all. This were my extreme thoughts / first thoughts / initial thoughts on Don't Be Dumb by A$AP Rocky after listening to it a couple of times. I have already listened to the album for 5 times, and I would tell you guys to wait for my next video, which would be the most in-depth album review on Don't Be Dumb, where I would like cover the overall concept of the album, my favorite features, my favorite songs based on production overall as well, what I liked about the album, what I didn't, and at the end of the album review I would even give it a rating out of 10. So what I want you guys to do is to write in the comments what rating you think I will give Don't Be Dumb, and do subscribe. We are really close to 300 subscribers, so let's reach that milestone with this video.